Alrighty folks, I'm back again. This is video number 2 of the day. I was supposed to go on a walk to the park, but my girlfriend wanted to continue to take a nap. I already took my nap, and the reason we're napping today is because, well, one, I nap all the time, like every day. But last night we stayed up late. We watched more of the new Ozark, which is amazing. I haven't even watched the first season or whatever, but it's very, very, very wild. It's enticing, and it really sucked us in last night, and we watched a couple episodes, and because of that, well, I got my ass kicked, and when I woke up, I was super tired, but I had to write out my questions for my very first podcast, which was the video I just made before this one. So anyway, long story short, I got to be a little quiet because my girlfriend and my brother, who's staying here right now, he's taking a nap as well. But I wanted to use this time before we go on our walk to the park with our dogs to release my very first video in my new documentation series, where I'm documenting starting my life over from scratch at 38 years old, broke and in debt, and after having just closed my brick and mortar business of 8 years, and also changing career path after 15 years of being a personal trainer here in Los Angeles, California. So I wrote a little sticky note yesterday that said I need to publish my first video today. Well, it said tomorrow, but that means today. And then it says on my other sticky note here that I need to film publishing my first video of 90 and 90. So I set out on a goal to shoot 90 videos in 90 days, and I found that to be a bit aggressive. So I decided that I would change the goal to being just shooting 90 videos, documenting starting my life over. And I've been able to get to 77 videos now. Oh, screen just turned off here. I want to make sure it doesn't turn off. I made it to like 77 videos, I believe. And I'm not going to get to the 90 videos because every day that goes by is a missed opportunity to share what is going on. But I wanted to put a bunch of videos in the bank so that way I could do another part of the goal, which is to, once I've shot the 90 videos, actually release 90 videos in 90 days. So now I'm going to test that one out. So my recommendation is, if you want to batch videos and do something similar to this, like creating a series of documentation videos, saving up 90 videos was a bit aggressive because it puts you in a position where you want to be putting out your content so you can start getting engagement and then start fine-tuning how you actually deliver your message. So I decided today's the day, and that's what I just did. So I wanted to share this moment in time so I don't look back wishing I did. And let's see here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Up here is the little clock because I just pushed the button, and I just edited the video in iMovie. Nothing crazy. I'm not doing a lot of editing as far as cutting up the things that I'm saying, because I'm shooting a majority of these videos in one take. And I'm doing that on purpose because I don't want to do a ton of editing. And I also wanted to practice shooting videos where I don't stop and go and stop and go and stop and go with a million takes, because that's really annoying. And I want it to be as authentic and genuine as possible and give you the raw, uncut version of me sharing this experience with you as I get into new things, new ideas, and new opportunities, and new adventures along this entrepreneurial journey. So we're at the halfway mark here. The video is about to be uploaded, and I'm also starting a new YouTube channel, which this is going to be on. I'm just using my name, Cody Story, because I had a different one called Story Fitness, and it was doing pretty good, especially when I was shooting videos on a regular basis, like releasing one video per week. I started to notice the most change with that because I never really kept up with it in the past because I was bombarded by too much work when I was running my gym. So, here we are. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. And I can't wait to be working on the new goal of releasing 90 videos in 90 days. So I'm going to keep sharing what it's like to set out on this goal and let you know if I actually stick to it and hit the goal or not. And whether I do or not isn't that important. What is important to me is staying consistent and doing the best I can as I pursue this goal. But I will be chiseling it down once I've released 90 videos. I'll be chiseling it down to where I will stay consistent, whether it's releasing 5 videos a week, whether it's releasing 3 videos a week, 2 videos a week, or 1 video a week after I do the 90 videos of publishing in 90 days. So I will come up with a consistent schedule, and I will keep you updated as to what that is. And the goal here is to document starting my life over, but obviously my life is changing every single day. And the other aspect to this adventure is now I am starting my own podcast. So I will be documenting not just starting my life over and all the things that happen day to day, but also be documenting the process of building a podcast from scratch. So I don't know. I'm really enjoying this process of documentation. Shout out to Gary Vee. Thanks, Gary Vee, for the inspiration to document rather than create. It's been very good for a person like me, who I've never wanted to be an actor. I've never really been drawn to that. Have I had some experiences in that realm living in LA? Yeah, but that just happened just because some miracles were thrown into my life at certain times. But that's never been a big part of who I am. So content creation has been a big step and a hurdle, and it's come with many issues for me because I've tried it in the past, never really stuck to it. So this is the first time in my life where I've really stuck to it. That's why I started making these goals, because I want to make content, and I want that content to be valuable and helpful for other people. But I just have never felt like it lined up in a way that I felt good about it and felt like I had the energy to do it and was able to do it consistently. So that's what's going down. I'm in the process of doing this consistently, and setting that goal of shooting 90 videos has been really transformative for me, and it's really helped me push the limits on what I want to do or what I'm willing to do. And that's what it really comes down to. It comes down to being willing to do the work and willing to stay consistent. So I'm going to come up with a schedule, but I just wanted to let you know, I'm super excited. I hope you enjoy the videos. And the other part was to be able to look back and know that I documented that this moment in time for myself, but also to see the progression of how I shoot videos, how I make videos, and to also be able to look at them and fine tune and make better content as the days, months, and years go on. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And the last thing is, I built this vision board. I've never really been big into woo-woo type stuff, but I have, done my best to live a more spiritually centered way of life for the past 15 years after I got sober. And I wound up going to a retreat, which was called the Visions Retreat. And back here is my vision board. And when I was on the Visions Retreat, I actually didn't finish. So you see a lot of empty space here. But what's cool is I'm actually going to add to that vision board. And what's even cooler than that is, you see up here, it's backwards. But right here in the middle of my board, it says content. And what's funny is it's actually happening for the first time in my life. So I don't know if vision boards work or not. I have meditation right here. This is a symbol for that, or a representation. Show you this dude. And what's funny with this, kind of like the content picture here, is that I'm actually meditating more now than I ever have in my life as well. So I'm making more content than I have. I'm meditating more than I have, because for 15 years I've dedicated my mornings anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour and a half. Usually I average 45 minutes to an hour, but for the past 15 years, every single morning, except for a couple periods where I got my ass kicked and I didn't feel driven to do that for a week or a month, those periods have occurred in my life. But for the most part, I've stuck to a morning routine for 15 years now. And I've done my best to practice meditation, but I always would read and write and pray, and sometimes just kind of be like, yeah, I'm not going to do the whole meditation thing, because I would wake up at 5 in the morning when it was super dark, and I felt like meditation just made me want to go back to bed and not go to work. So I didn't feel that to be that great. So I kind of let the meditation just kind of fall by the wayside, and I didn't really give it that much credence. I would just practice it when I felt like it. But what I'm learning is meditation is amazing, especially when I don't feel like it. So on my vision board here, you see Mr. Meditator. That's happening more in my life. I have the sun here because I want to shine as bright as possible, to be as, let's say, helpful as possible on this planet. And I know helping and being of service takes a lot of energy, and I just want to be a beacon of light for the rest of my life in whatever ways that I can. I really like working with people on an interpersonal level, but I'm also, pursuing entrepreneurship and pursuing building an online business, podcast, XYZ. So I want to share that stuff too. But the interpersonal work I find to be just so fascinating, because I love listening to others and all the things that they've gone through in their lives, and I love watching people transform. So what else do I have up here? We'll see, and I'll check back in a couple of years and we'll see if the rest of the vision board came true. But over here I have a picture of a house in the middle of the forest here with a lake. And then I have Utah and Colorado. I want to move to Utah. And then I have, some wild game where there's a man that hunted for the wild game. I want to get back into hunting. But this is also representing hunting my future life, hunting down my dreams and feeding my soul with my dreams. And I don't want to lose the call of the wild. Nature is really important to me, and that was just a representation of just kind of being like a kid again, and playing and tapping into that side of myself. And then one day maybe I can get into investing. Right now I have to focus on investing in myself and investing in becoming a better human being, but also investing in guidance from other people who know how to do the things I want to do in regards to business, which I'm doing. And then I thought this was just a beautiful bedroom. That was just, something that when I look at it is very, very much the way I would like to design a room in my future house. So I have these beautiful beams up there, nice fireplace here in the bedroom. And some of the colors that I really like, which are, I don't know if you call them colors, but like grays, and I like brown. I like tones that represent nature, green, things like that. But then the front of the house, it's kind of got that modern look. And this is a geyser, but it's just to represent hot springs, because I want to be able to jump in as many hot springs on this planet as I possibly can before I go, and end up turning back into stardust. And then here's me, my girlfriend, some of our dogs, and potentially a little baby. And then I know a big part of what's going on in my life right now is actually facing fears. So I put this question on my vision board, which was, afraid of what? And this whole journey of closing down my business and starting a new business and moving in a new direction in my life with making a living and career in terms of finding something that I want to do on this planet that I enjoy. A lot of it has to do with seeing what I'm afraid of, and although I'm afraid, tapping into the courage to continue to move forward one step at a time and show up despite being afraid or in fear. And down here, this is to represent glamping, camping. Because at that time, when I made this board, I was still suffering from 10 years of chronic neck pain. So it was hard to do the more mountaineering style, rugged, rough, brutal ass, camping and trekking. So I put a glamping, kind of yurt style, teepee looking situation. Super, super pretty. It's got a little barbecue grill out in the front. It's even got a couch in there with a table and everything. So now that I'm, getting out of pain a little bit more every day, thanks to Dr. Andrea Ospina and FRC and Dr. Michael Shivers, I could possibly do a little bit more of that rugged style camping in the future, but I don't ever want to live in a way in which I can't go camping ever again, or don't go camping, because where's the word? To me, it's all about getting back to the wild and getting back to nature and not losing that part of being a human. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. I'm going to go wake up my girlfriend so we can go on our walk. But I just wanted to check the computer before I stop this recording and see. Okay, so we're at, looks like it's uploading kind of slow, which is weird, but I'll just show you one more time. Publishing doc video number 1 to YouTube, and we're at the halfway point. So I don't know why it's taking so long, because the video isn't like super complex as far as the editing. It's not crazy long, but who knows? So yeah, that's all I got to say. This is me not outside right now. It's in my kind of sort of office. I really like to work outside most of the time, but every now and then I got to do some work in here under the unnatural blue light. But it is what it is. All right, that's it. Video number 2 for the day. Who knows? Maybe I'll make 3.